Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Hope your day is off to a great start. It is a beautiful one this weekend here in the mid-Michigan area. Not as hot as it's been. The Canadian smoke, well, all right, so the Canadian smoke's still sticking around a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was the past few days, at least. So for now, let's we're going to blame Canada on that still, but still going to be a gorgeous one, and it is the type of August day here in mid-Michigan that is just what we live for here. There's so much fun stuff going on. Midland has always got a good time going in the summer, and this weekend is no exception whatsoever. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes here, and hopefully, if you're coming to town, you can swing by and say hi here on this side of things. Speaking of saying hi, though, let's get a quick hello or two or three out to some of you folks who graciously spend your time every Saturday morning with us. Don't get me wrong, I truly appreciate it, but you guys are great. Let's see who's out there. Holy cow, there's a lot of you out here. Jennifer saying good morning as well. Thanks for being here. TC from TKR Video Central out on the East Coast. Good morning to you, sir. I saw another message from you, TC. I will get to that here as soon as we get the store up and running today. Fred on the west side, good to see you yesterday, sir. And I hope you do enjoy that Grateful Dead album you picked up. It's a fun one. Betty from Toledo saying hi. Good morning to you as well. Paul saying good morning to everyone. Karen Malcolm. Hi, Jim. Or hi, saying hi, Jim. Sorry. Hi, Karen. It's been a busy couple of days for me, but good to see you here, Karen. Hopefully everything is going well. Robert, good day to you too from the other side of the planet, I believe. Let's see, Dave Andrea Howard, all the way from Texas. Thanks for being here. You guys are probably still a little warm down there. It's nice here. We were in the into the 60s overnight. I like when that happens, and it's going to be around 80 today, so not terrible. Whatever the case. Crispy Games. Do we have Little Richard? Send me a note. I think we do have a couple. You can either send an email or a Facebook message a little later on, and we will correspond on what we've got here in the store. But I do believe there's a few things from Little Richard. Dan, good morning to you as well. Christopher from Michigan, all the way over, not all the way, just up the road in Gladwin. Good to see you here. And Crispy Game saying good morning as well. Keaton and Stella say hi. Hey to you guys. Thanks for being here. It is, again, great that you guys do spend some time every Sunday or Saturday stopping by. Speaking of Sundays, that's the podcast. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but thanks for joining regardless. Okay, a couple of quick things to talk about. I mentioned River Days going on here in the greater Midland area. It's primarily downtown. We're only a few blocks north of downtown, but there's a lot of stuff going on. If you're not familiar with River Days, it's where, in and around the Tridge and areas there where the rivers meet up and form the Chippewa, and Tittabawassee. Try saying that 5 times fast when you're in a hurry, but I'm a broadcaster, so don't try this at home. I'm a professional. Anyhow, the River Days celebration started on Thursday, went yesterday. We saw one balloon last night when Kim and I were out and about, but lots of stuff going on today. I'm not going to call it up. I don't have that set on the screen, but I can run through it for you guys real quick if you're thinking about stopping to Midland today. So let's see here. Starting around noon, there's a kids zone with entertainment and activities. Noon, all right, here you go. There is a taco eating contest beginning at noon today. It goes from noon to 12:45. So apparently you got to eat tacos for 45 minutes. Sign up begins at 9 a.m. Limited spots. I don't know if there's any still available. That's at the downtown stage. Noon to 6 today, public arts tent. Noon to 7, a historical zone with wood carving, walking tours, and a blacksmith's guild that's taking part in Chippewassee Park. Oh, here's the biggie. From noon until 9 tonight, food trucks and festival features at the festival grounds near downtown. Lots of great food trucks, too many to mention, but there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on. Live entertainment throughout the afternoon. Also, we've got some acoustic performances, Unplugged with Parker Zimmerman, Dennis Pulaski. Max Love Midlands is doing a show down there. Let's see, M31. Again, that's all throughout the day, some live entertainment down there. 3 o'clock, a Lions Club chicken dinner. Let's see, Tony Thompson and friends at the Bob John stage starting at 5. And here's the cool part. If you've not seen a River Day celebration in Midland, they bring a lot of hot air balloons in. Again, I mentioned we saw one last night landing not too far from the store here, kind of in the median strip between the one-ways. But at 7 o'clock tonight, they are having a mass balloon ascension taking part from Chippewa Park. And like Zappa said, it's any way the wind blows at that point, and hopefully it will be nice and calm. But usually there are quite a few balloons. They'll be taking off and flying around the area. Really a cool sight to see. Live entertainment continues throughout the evening. Let's see, State Farm, a hot air balloon glow. Oh, then when they come back and they light them up, I guess. Maybe the ascension is just up and down. I have to stop and think about that, what they did too. And then it wraps up tonight with a fireworks show. And then there's another balloon fly-in tomorrow, Sunday. So again, River Day is going on here in Midland. Swing by if you can check it out. And again, if you're downtown Midland for all the fun and festivities, you're only a few blocks away from Radio Wasteland. So swing up and stay high. I'm here till 4 today. Not sure what we're going to do tonight. I got to mow the lawn, but we'll see if we can fit some fun in otherwise on that. Okay, a couple of other quick announcements. That's what this live is, trying to get you guys up to speed on what's happening here at the store. I do have some records to show you. I'll grab those here in a quick second or two, but I also wanted to say welcome. We have a brand new business neighbor here right next to the store, the other doorway for those of you that have visited, and that is Heather from Young Fitness. Let me see if I can call that up here. Just opened up shop next door. Heather is here with her just a fitness area. There's all sorts of classes and a lot of cool things she does to help keep you guys healthy. But Young Fitness, personal trainer, and lots of other cool stuff. If you stop by the store, Heather was cool enough to leave some business cards on our business card shelf. And if you bring this card in, you get one free group fitness class from Heather setting up over there. So again, very cool stuff. Welcome to Heather, our new business neighbor. We'll be doing some stuff hopefully with her down the line, and she gets set up and a little more established there. And don't worry, for those of you who remember Amy in the Pilates class, she didn't go away. She just moved around to the back side of the building, needed a little more space, and something opened up back there. So she is still around and back on that side. But Heather has taken advantage of the space right next door to us with Young Fitness. So stop in next time you're in the store, and if you see the door open and Heather's in there, poke in and say hi. Really nice and cool stuff to have. Okay, one other event to tell you about. Man, I'm feeling like a community calendar today. We're going to do Tradio next. How's that? Not really. The folks from Rock Solid Music here in Midland, good folks over Music Store, dropped off a flyer or two, and we'll put some links up for this as we get closer. They are putting together a musicians swap meet during Parkapalooza down in Saginaw, coming up on Sunday, the 7th of September. So Rock Solid Music sponsoring a musicians swap meet in the parking lot at Parkapalooza, being held at Haithco Park in Saginaw Township. The swap meet hours will run from 11 until 2. The Parkapalooza event, which is kind of like River Days there, going on throughout the day from noon to 7 down there. So what Rock Solid is doing is, and again, they're a musical instrument store, and they're putting together this swap meet. So if you are a musician, guitarist, you want to play band stuff, there's going to be some vendors there setting up and selling from, as we mentioned, let's see, the swap meet hours 11 to 2 on the, the 7th of September. But in looking for folks, you don't even have to be a vendor. Let's say you've got some musical stuff that you want to sell. We've got some forms that Rock Solid has dropped off if you wish to participate as a vendor in their swap meet coming up down in Saginaw Township in September. So I think cost is like $20 for a spot. You can set up and sell your stuff, do what you want to do, but you can stop by and pick these up here at the store. I've got a few of them, or you just look up Rock Solid Music here in Midland. They are over on Cambridge Street, right off the circle. Good folks over at Rock Solid, and happy to be working to help promote this with them. But yeah, that is coming up on September 7th, the Musicians Swap Meet, sponsored by Rock Solid Music, and taking place down at Haithco Park in Saginaw Township. All right. How about you guys want to talk records? This is a record store show anyhow, so let's talk a little bit about that. Big new release yesterday, kind of. If you guys remember a couple of weeks back, I was griping about the Alice Cooper, the new album of the reunited Alice Cooper Band, that we did not get in time. I need to update that story for you and say that we're not getting. Maybe. I got a note from one of our distributors saying that whoever is, I mentioned the record label last time, but the other distribution for that label is called Orchard Music. And they have informed at least one of our distributors that, hey, you know, all those Alice Cooper yellow vinyl albums that you had your folks pre-order, yeah, you're not going to get them. Maybe. Maybe down the line we'll give them to you, but we don't know for certain. So I have no idea what's happening. Our distributors don't know what's happening. And I apologize to those of you who are looking for it. And I really apologize to those of you who have pre-ordered it. I think I talked to most of you. I think, Kevin, if you watch this down the line, I need to talk to you about that as well. But it's a bummer, but completely out of our control. So, but adding to that, there was a Billy Strings release due out yesterday. And I know some places got it, but we didn't get it in time. I will get the copies of the new Billy Strings live coming up next week. I should have 8 or 9 copies. It should be a good one. If you can hold out, we'll get that here in the store. But I don't know what's going on. It's not even close to a record store day. I dread to think about what's going to happen if things get really crazy again and we stop getting music on the day that they've been promised to release it. All right. But I will have the Billy Strings. We'll make sure of that. But most of the other new stuff that we got today, or yesterday rather, in the drop, we blew through. Holy smokes. If you saw the drop video yesterday, I put out a lot of Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. Mostly reissues, but I did have some cool vintage stuff that we had come across, and I got out there. You folks are great. And I apologize to those who watched the video a little late, but most of the Ozzy solo stuff, the vintage, was gone within probably 15, 20 minutes after we dropped him on the shelves yesterday morning. In fact, if you go back and you watch that video, you see what I mean. The only vintage stuff left from the drop, Ozzy related, is the Ozzy Mr. Crowley live Mr. Crowley picture disc, which that's vintage. That is 81, 82-ish. And a Spanish version of Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits. And that's it. Again, I'm thankful that we went through it, but I feel bad for those of you that got to the video a little late. But yeah, we blew through that. And even the Ozzy and Black Sabbath reissues, they're all gone too. You folks love Ozzy, understandable, it's great. Ever since the concert, the big Black Sabbath and Ozzy reunion concert right before his passing, the Ozzy stuff, reissues, have been almost impossible to get. They've been on back order. And then a bunch showed up, so I got a bunch last week, and now they're on back order again. So the distributors are blowing through them. I think I've got some more stuff coming next week. I'll double check when my orders go in tomorrow. But it's great to see that the Oz is still holding strong. But we'll do what we can to keep at least the reissues in stock. But you know the deal with the vintage stuff. They don't make new old stuff, so we get it when we get it. The only other Sabbath stuff, for those of you who are curious, still on the shelves, new vinyl-wise, I've got a bootleg of Black Sabbath, the Don Kirshner's rock concert, recorded in 75. So I think, yeah, that's still going to be Ozzy in through there too. I've got the solo album Scream from Ozzy. I've got one copy of that left, and one copy of Patient Number 9 left is all. But that's it. All of the other Black Sabbath reissues, gone. All of the other Ozzy reissues are gone. So it's going to take me a while to get those restocked, but I will get them back up there. Okay, what we do have left from the new releases yesterday, and again, we blew through some stuff. You folks are great, by the way, stopping in to pick that up. One copy of the Thin Lizzy, and this is their acoustic sessions. So this is, as I mentioned on the new release show last week, this is Phil Lynot's voice from some older recordings. And then they laid down some new musical tracks with the members of Thin Lizzy and kind of imagined the hits. You see Mama Nature Said, Erie Show Blues, Dublin Whiskey in a Jar, Shades of Blue Orphanage, and Remembering. So these have been reimagined with the members of Thin Lizzy and Phil Lynot's classic voice. So one copy of this left. I should be able to get more. I don't know if this is on colored vinyl. I don't believe it is. Music on vinyl, I was able to get a few copies of Pluto, a somewhat obscure 70s hard rock psych band, and MOV did a reissue on this. I've got number 568 of 750, so really limited run on colored vinyl, magenta colored. One copy of this left at 750 count on the pressings. When this one's gone, it's gone. You know how music on vinyl works. Other stuff that's kind of cool, Africa Core. This is a collection of 10 punk bands from the Republic of South Africa. ordered an extra one of these because our good friend Steve Carlson wanted one, and we'll get this out to him in the mail here. But if you're curious, you can watch Steve's channel when he opens this up in a week or two. But very cool. I've got one copy of that left. And the Now Playing series, the $20 price point that comes primarily from Rhino and Warner, put out a couple of new compilations. We grabbed the Randy Travis, so I've got this. I've got more of the Randy Travis comp coming next week. These things they're just real inexpensive vinyl, and it's got the greatest hits all thrown together for you. But I also grabbed another one of the Van Morrison. Randy Travis, by the way, is on tan vinyl. Van Morrison, it's a little older, on sea blue vinyl. And then I grabbed another copy of the America Now Playing while I was in there. So those are very cool if you just want a greatest hits album to cover up the greatest hits of the groups that you want to get to. All right, I'm running on time. I see some folks waiting. I need to get the doors open here at the store. A couple of more quick hellos on the back here. David saying hi. Blues bus driver, cheers from Indiana, just home from the Thumb Coast. Yeah, Michigan is a great vacation spot. Absolutely and totally agree. The Thumb is beautiful. Work your way north, though, too, to see even more. Ryan checking in a little late saying, hey to the kids as well, sir. All right, folks, I'm going to get the doors open, the turntable spinning, and start enjoying our day. I'm here from now until 4 p.m. We close today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, 12 noon until 4 p.m. Don't forget the new release show coming up a little later today. It covers all of next week's stuff, so get your pre-order in, and hopefully they'll ship them in time. And then Sunday is the podcast with our good friend Steve Carlson, two guys talking about records. This week, Steve and I are feeling spaced out, man. Watch the podcast and you'll see what we mean. All right, you folks have a great week. Get outside, enjoy yourself. It is a beautiful one. If you're coming to River Days, stop by and say hi, and we will talk to you all next week live right here from Radio Wasteland Records. Thanks again for being here.